Making a difference. The Douglas County Democratic Central Committee. Honoring the past. Reaching for the future. This is Democrats HQ Update with your host, Paul Belt and Nancy Epstein.
Welcome to Democrats HQ for July 2009.
I'm Nancy Epstein, Vice Chair.
I'm Paul Belt, Chairman of the Douglas County Democratic Central Committee.
Thank you for joining us today.
Recently, we had our last meeting last night. We had a special guest attending.
PJ DeGrosse, founder of Web of Support, and she is doing an incredible job supporting our servicemen and women that are deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. She has a terrific story. She was looking for a soldier to support. There was no organization, and so she started one. She's a terrific example of what one person can do. She stepped up, started this out of Carson City with one soldier. Now it's expanded to thousands, and it's nationwide.
Recently, she's retargeting some of our troops from Carson City. In fact, we have cavalry units of about 40 or 50 from the Nevada area that are going to be stationed in Afghanistan up in the mountains.
So she was looking for either organizations within Douglas County or groups of individuals, one individual that would like to take up. You have a choice of adopting a whole cavalry unit of 40 to 50 folks, or you can adopt an individual soldier. You would do a mailing once a month, giving them personal items. You would have a relationship with them, find out what kind of things they need. She said when she started off, she made the mistakes in a lot of really heavy things they didn't need. And it depends on where they're deployed. In Iraq, at some of the bases, they have top of the line of everything. And then there's some folks that are going out on missions in Afghanistan and they have absolutely nothing. And so she's gotten some letters from some of those soldiers that when they come back in and they can have a cup of Starbucks coffee with a grinder and a DVD from home, it really makes them feel connected to back home, and they're feeling appreciated and that they have not been forgotten. So this is a huge endeavor that would make a big difference to a lot of folks.
Yeah, and some of these folks are out in remote areas for a year at a time. And it really makes a big difference for them.
It does. And then she's also connected with some of the families. We found out about PJ, part of it, through Joe Sprinkle, who is a Blue Star mom. A Blue Star mom is the mother of somebody who deployed. And so those mothers and wives and brothers and sisters need support also. A soldier comes home and they're wounded and they might be in a burn unit in Houston, and the family is struggling. They've taken an incredible income loss due to this, and they just need a little bit of help, and they more than deserve it. And so we need to step up and take care of those families and service members. We have the information. Jump up. Get involved.
Recently, we had Carson Valley Days here in Carson Valley. We had a float, a Democratic float, and we also had a booth at the Carson Valley Days Festival.
At Lampe Park. That was a lot of fun. The parade was fun. There were only a couple of incidents, a little misinformation going out there that was pretty easily combated, but all in all, the day was very fun. Our float was terrific. People really liked it. It was Carson Valley Days of the past. We threw on some past things from floats and put them on a flatbed. It was a lot of fun. Folks came out and walked, threw candy, just had a good day. The weather was beautiful. It was perfect, except at Carson Valley Days in Lampe Park, we had a little rainstorm.
Yeah, it was interesting. We had a little microburst, and we had about 100 Republicans suddenly become Democrats running into our booth for shelter.
Yes, we had open arms, candy, friendly information, and so it was a lot of fun. It was terrific. We were very well received. Had a great booth, and a lot of people came out, so it was a terrific event.
Yeah, it was a great time. It was fun to represent Douglas County as a Democrat.
There's a lot of interest.
And speaking of interest, we have a barbecue coming up.
Saturday, July 25th from 2 to 6 at the Hollister Ranch. So if you're coming from the town of Genoa, headed north,
it's about a mile from the center of the town of Genoa.
And just past the first right-hand turn after Genoa Lakes Golf Course.
And it's about 7.5 miles if you're coming the Indian Hills Road from Carson City.
Jack's Valley Road.
And it will be on the left-hand side.
And if you haven't been to the Hollister Ranch, this is a great opportunity to come out. It's a beautiful ranch.
They have ponds, they have apple trees, they have deer that run through there, all kinds of natural wildlife.
Fawns should still be wandering around.
And apples will be ready to eat right off the tree.
And your son was picking up the apples and feeding the fawn or feeding the deer last year?
Last year, the deer would come right up and eat the apples right out of his hand.
It's a great time. Bring the kids. Adults are only $10. We're going to have terrific speakers and music. live music. Don Sanders will be playing his Soul Man Soul, classic soul and R&B. He's terrific. He's a lot of fun. He gets people stirred up. And we've got another band yet to be announced, but it'll be good. And as I said, good speakers. And what is Gim putting on the roast?
He has these big, I don't know what you call it, they're big, huge sides of beef, and he's got this contraption that spins the beef around, and that got a lot of interest last year. A lot of people were really interested in seeing the meat cook and how he was doing it. That was almost a show in itself.
It was a show in itself, I think, and everybody's bringing potluck and side dishes, and there's going to be a lot of variety. It's a great way to spend a Sunday afternoon. This used to be the big annual event for all of Douglas County back in the day.
Yeah, and everywhere I've gone in Nevada, and I tell people I'm from Douglas County, they usually kind of look up and they go, "Oh, aren't you the guys that have that really neat picnic?" And I say, "Yes, we are." And so it's kind of well known around the state of Nevada even.
It is, and that helps us get a really easy draw for speakers to come out. We're going to have some candidates to come out, possibly somebody from D.C. that will be a very exciting speaker.
Somebody related to the Obama administration, hopefully, will be coming out.
So stay tuned for that. It's going to be exciting. The barbecue, July 25th, 2 to 6.
And we have plenty of activities. We have activities for the children. We have raffles. Silent auctions, a local artist, Buzz Schott, who does phenomenal work.
He does. It's very different, and you've seen it in the Lone Tree Gallery. He has some of his work in there. He does amazing work.
Yeah, he's donated a couple paintings.
Yes, he has. So our raffle and silent auction, there's going to be some incredible things to come out and look at.
So I hope to see you there.
Yes, mark it on your calendar, July 25th, 2 to 6 p.m.
July 23rd, our regular meeting. We usually have special guests. We try to keep the meeting short. Anyone that's been involved with us in the past that may not have been a voting member, we've changed our bylaws to allow more people from the county to become voting members. If you were discouraged in the past by coming to one of our meetings and feeling you couldn't fully participate.
Right. And that was the case with some folks. Their precinct only allowed 3 voting members, and there were 5 people that wanted to be involved, and they were regularly coming to the meetings and didn't have a chance to vote. So that was a really positive change for folks. There's room. Come, vote, participate.
It's a fun time. We have a social half hour from 6:30 to 7. We start the meeting right at 7, and we try and get everything done within about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So also, if you've been there in the past and we've had the 4-hour meetings and everybody's passing out at the end, we're trying to keep it lively and timely and get everybody home.
It is lively and there is time. And so there's munchies, there's snacks. You can come out and have a glass of wine, cold beer, some water, coffee. Come hang out for a Thursday evening. Informative topics. You'll learn something and make some new friends. It's a great time.
Subscribe to the Douglas Democrats YouTube channel now.